Playing through this game again actually made me realize that the intro is so long and tedious. When I first thought of this, I actually thought this was going to be easier than hardcore Minecraft, and oh boy, I was wrong. Now that I was awake and aware of my surroundings, this Rolf guy started telling me about his entire backstory, about how he was in an Imperial ambush and some crap like that. And suddenly, some text popped up on my screen that actually scared the crap out of me. Oh, and then this Luker guy got mad at Rolf for being a Democrat or something and not a Republican. After some nonsense, I finally realized what the plot of the game was. You were in an Imperial ambush, and now you're being captured and set up for execution.
Loves their damn lists.
Shut up, you pussy.
Ulfric Stormcloak, Jarl of Windhelm.
It has been an honor.
No, I'm not a rebel. You can't do this.
Luker finally got what he deserved for judging people's political party.
Anyone else feel like running?
Wait. You there. Step forward.
And just like that, I was making my character. I decided to make him a dinosaur for some reason. I'm not really sure why, but I just went with the most stupid options I could find and just went with it. After being told the literal reason for why I should not be executed today, they still decided to take me to the chopping block.
My ancestors are smiling at me, Imperials. Can you say the same?
Would you look at that? The guy failed the challenge already.
You Imperial bastards!
Man, this town is really rude.
Death to the Stormcloaks!
As fearless in death as he was in life.
I don't know, man. When you're doing a hardcore series, you really don't want to die.
Here it is again. Did you hear that?
Actually, I can't hear anything because I don't have ears.
I said, next prisoner.
To the block, prisoner. Nice and easy.
Well, I guess I don't want to turn out like Luker, so okay. Well, looks like this series is over. I leave all of my possessions to my best friend, this guy who got his head cut off in the first 5 minutes.
What do you see?
Oh, and I guess Luker. Before they executed me, the dragon came down from the mountains and decided to, kill everybody. And just like that, the Detroit mod pack has finally been installed. Sorry, Detroit. And would you look at that? I found myself a friend. He's probably fine. Oh, well, never mind. After doing a little bit of running, I came to the first choice ever in the entire Skyrim game. Now, this raises such an intense question. Do I go with the guy that tried to execute me, or the guy that woke me up from my deep slumber? I decided to go with the guy that tried to execute me earlier, because nobody wakes me up from my sleep.
Looks like we're the only ones who made it.
This guy is a
Really
liar.
dragon? The bring us of the end times? We should keep moving. Come here. Let me see if I can get those bindings off.
After a solid 10 minutes of doing absolutely nothing important besides making the Luker joke, I managed to grab myself a new sword, gold, and some Imperial armor. While it's not the best, I will have time to get better armor later.
Let me see if I
After that super intense battle with the storm cloaks, I managed to grab myself some new materials, like a shield and a mace. After this, nothing was really worth talking about, other than this slight dragon jump scare. Oh, I was wrong. The enemy had already found their way down here. That was a little anticlimactic, don't you think? Still, through this first part, there wasn't much to talk about, besides some materials that I just grabbed, like potions and some food, just in case for later. I also encountered a magic basket, which actually hurt me for some reason.
The torture room. Guys, I wish we didn't need these. Hear that? Come on, get up.
We keep finding people, and of course, instead of joining them, or having them join us, we instead murder them and steal all their stuff, like this lady's clothes. In this cage, I noticed there was some gold, so I decided to try my hand at lockpicking. And, to be honest, I was pretty good at it. Before finding these Stormcloak guards, nothing was really much to talk about. All I did was, of course, equip the Stormcloak armor and, well, obviously get some gold.
Oh, you got it.
It was at this moment that Nathan knew. He fucked up.
I was actually a little relieved searching through these Stormcloaks, mainly because they had bows and arrows, and in this game, I'm pretty good with a bow. Once again, there was nothing interesting to talk about, just more supplies and equipping, and obviously finding more gold. Now, I can finally show you my epic bow skills in the heat of this intense spider cave moment.
It was at this moment Jason knew. He fucked up.
Alright, after dealing with those spiders, I'm ready to get out of this cave, you know? I hate spiders. Ah! As scary as this moment is, they didn't put up much of a threat. In fact, they actually just went after the Imperial Guard that tried to execute me earlier. I guess they were more of a threat to him than to me.
Giant snakes.
We also found a bear in this cave, and testing my archery skills, I obviously tried to take him out with a bow. And you could probably tell how well that went. With one fatal swing from my giant spiked hammer, he was dead. I was finally excited to actually get out of the cave. I kind of forgot how Skyrim's opening tutorial is actually pretty boring, for what it's worth. With one last encounter with the dragon flying over us, our adventure finally could begin. Properly.
Looks like he's gone for good this time. But I don't think we should stick around to see if he comes back.
In true Skyrim fashion, I just kinda left the Imperial Guard to his own devices before he even finished saying a sentence, because he is so boring and I was just glad to be outside. The sun on my scaly skin. Sort of. After a good bit of walking, I finally found the structure where you choose your class, and of course I went straight for the mage, since it is probably my favorite class in the entire game. Of course, before the Imperial Guard found me again, I just left, because I am not about to hear another freaking conversation with this guy. After a battle with 2 wolves just on the outside of the small town, I knew I was getting close to my objective, which was getting to Whiterun. Finally, I made it to Riverwood, so the journey can truly begin with the next quest, which is heading to, of course, Whiterun. In the middle of talking to the Imperial Guard's uncle, I realized he is just as boring as his nephew. I mean, possibly even worse. He doesn't exactly even give you insight. All he tells you to do is just go to Whiterun. He doesn't even sell anything good. And suddenly, the boring Imperial Guard that was following me this whole time to his uncle's house caught up with me, and I decided to leave. And that was the episode of Hardcore Skyrim, the first episode. And of course, thank you guys so much for watching. This episode was really fun to make. I mean, it was very difficult to make. So, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.